You've probably called yourself lazy at least once this week. Maybe you had something important to do and you sat there, not sleeping, not resting, just frozen. And while you were frozen, this voice in your head started listing everything that's wrong with you. No discipline, no drive. Other people manage. Why can't you? Here's what I need you to hold on to until the end of this video. That voice is not telling you the truth. And the reason you feel stuck has been building inside you since before you were old enough to choose anything for yourself. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly why that happens and why calling yourself lazy is the most expensive mistake you'll ever make. Stay with me. There's a version of you that existed before anyone told you who to be. That version had energy, curiosity. That version wanted things without apologizing for wanting them. Then life started happening, not in dramatic ways, not trauma with a capital T, not one terrible event you can point to. Just the slow, quiet process of learning what was safe to want and what wasn't. You learned to be quiet when adults were talking. You learned that ambition made certain people uncomfortable. You learned that success in your family meant not outgrowing the people around you, and you were good at learning. That's the thing nobody tells you. The people who struggle most as adults were often the most obedient children. They learned the rules perfectly. They internalized every signal. They became exactly what their environment needed them to become. And now they sit in rooms full of potential, frozen, wondering why they can't move. That's not laziness. That's loyalty to a version of yourself that was built for a world you've already left. Now here's where I need to challenge something you probably believe. You think the problem is motivation. You've been told, find your why, set your goals, be disciplined, wake up at 5 a.m. And maybe you've tried all of that. And maybe it worked for a week. And then you were back in the same place, feeling worse than before because now you had evidence that even the solutions don't work for you. But motivation was never the problem. The problem is that some part of you, deep and old and stubborn, does not believe it is safe to succeed. Not because you're broken, because success in your environment, your childhood environment, your family environment, sometimes carried a cost. It meant distance. It meant being different. It meant disappointing people who needed you to stay exactly where they could reach you. And your nervous system, which learned its job before you were 10 years old, is still doing exactly what it was trained to do. It is protecting you from a danger that no longer exists. So what do you actually do with this? Not the motivational answer, the real one. You stop trying to force yourself forward and start getting curious about what stops you. The next time you're frozen, sitting with something important undone, instead of calling yourself lazy, ask, what does finishing this feel like? Not what does it mean to finish? What does it feel like in the body? Because most of the time, underneath the freeze, there's something that feels like danger, like exposure. Like if you actually do this thing, something will shift and you won't be able to go back. That feeling is the real information. It's not telling you to stop. It's telling you what you've been carrying. The people who figure this out don't suddenly become superhuman. They don't stop feeling the freeze. They just stop fighting it and start moving through it. Slowly, imperfectly, with full permission to be a work in progress. The most dangerous thing ever told to an ambitious person is that their struggle is a character flaw. You were not built wrong. You were built for somewhere you've already grown past. And growing past it is not betrayal. It's the only honest thing left to do.